Here is the real story behind one of the world's spookiest holidays, Halloween. Because long before trick-or-treaters filled the streets, this night was something much darker, much older, and much more sacred. Over 2,000 years ago, in the misty hills of ancient Ireland, the Celts celebrated a festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. It marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, a time when the days grew short and the world turned cold. But on the night of October 31st, something extraordinary was believed to happen. The veil between the living and the dead became thin, and the spirits of those who had passed could walk among the living once more. Fires were lit across the countryside, great bonfires meant to guide friendly spirits home and keep away those with darker intentions. People wore animal skins and masks to disguise themselves, hoping to confuse or repel any wandering souls. It was a night filled with mystery, fear, and reverence for the unseen. Centuries later, when Christianity spread across Europe, the church sought to replace old pagan festivals with holy observances. Samhain became intertwined with All Saints' Day on November 1st, known then as All Hallows' Day. The night before was called All Hallows' Eve, which over time became simply Halloween. But the story doesn't end there. In medieval Europe, people began a practice known as souling. They would go door to door, asking for small cakes called soul cakes, promising to pray for the souls of the dead in return. Meanwhile, in Scotland and Ireland, a similar tradition called guising took shape, where children would dress up and perform songs or tricks for treats, the early roots of what we now call trick-or-treating. Even the pumpkin, Halloween's glowing symbol, carries a story from across the sea. In Ireland, people once carved turnips into lanterns to scare away a spirit known as Stingy Jack. When Irish immigrants arrived in America, they found pumpkins larger, softer, and perfect for carving, and a new Halloween icon was born. As the centuries passed and immigrants brought their traditions to the New World, Halloween transformed once again. By the early 1900s, the holiday began to lose its dark spiritual undertones and evolved into a community celebration filled with costumes, games, and sweets. By the mid-20th century, thanks to movies, television, and advertising, Halloween became the colorful, candy-filled night we know today. Yet behind the glowing jack-o'-lanterns and plastic skeletons, the spirit of Samhain still lingers, a reminder of an ancient night when the line between the living and the dead blurred, and the world turned just a little bit more mysterious. So the next time you carve a pumpkin or put on a costume, remember you're taking part in a tradition that's more than 2,000 years old. What's your favorite Halloween tradition? Let know in the comments and stay tuned